So let's go on with LTE, UMB, and WiMAX M. They're in the standards committees now, and 3GPP is the GSM UMTS committee. It stands for Third Generation Partnership Project, and it is where the standard was developed, the final standard for UMTS and CDMA. They're working on LTE. They're in some of the revisions now. Meanwhile, there's another organization called 3GPP2, which is the CDMA equivalent of 3GPP, and they're the ones working on standards for UMB. And a lot of the same companies belong to the different groups, back and forth. There are common attributes for the next generation which are important to understand. The new technologies, LTE and UMB, are being built to be deployed from 1.25 to 20 megahertz of bandwidth and anywhere in between. So you can use their technologies more effectively across different amounts of spectrum. It's going to be all IP from the device all the way through the end of the network, and at some point we're going to see voice over IP. The target goals: data speeds, downlink of 100 megabits per second. Remember, this is theoretical. Upload speeds of 50 megabits per second, theoretical. And remember, this is shared bandwidth. So if you're in a cell sector by yourself, you would get all of the data speed. But if there are 10 of you, you're going to share it. 200 plus active phone calls per 5 megahertz cell. Optimum cell size 5 kilometers. Coexistence with GSM, GPRS, Edge, and UMTS, so it's all backward compatible. All IP across the air link to the back end. It's all based on OFDM for the downlink and single carrier FDMA for the uplink. Supports MIMO. Now what MIMO is basically using multiple antennas. So you put up two antennas that are separated from each other by a specific distance, and they're diversity antennas. And wireless fades as it's traveling. So one antenna picks up some, one antenna picks up the other, and they sum it, and they come up with a better, more robust signal, which means, because you have a better, more robust signal, you get better data rates out at the edge of the cell site. Because the further you get away from a cell transmitter, the slower the data rate. So UMB, standard complete mid-2007, first commercialization mid-2009. Target goals, it's OFDM. Data speed, downlink to the devices, 280 megabits peak. Again, this is based on 20 megahertz, up from devices 75 megahertz. But again, it's scalable from 1.25 to 20 megahertz. Supports mixed cell size, micro, macro, pico, and femto. IP all the way across. Again, multiple antennas, MIMO. Better edge of cell rates, they're claiming. And again, backward compatible to the whole family of CDMA. WiMAX M, we don't really know a lot about it. They're saying it's in process. They could push data transfers to 1 gigabit per second. I got to see that to believe it. They're going to maintain backward compatibility with existing WiMAX. That's hard to believe also because they know they have problems with some of the signaling on WiMAX. We don't have a lot of information available, but what we do have is there, and we'll just have to keep an eye on it. They're smart people too, the IEEE and the WiMAX forum, so it's going to be interesting to see. They did get